is back with another video, bro. We back with another one. Another day.
New reaction.
Day.
A whole new reaction.
Feel me? My name is Tshego, aka Razzie, aka I Smell Good, aka DJ Raspberry in the building. Aka. How you doing?
My name is Tato, aka Bobby Alonzo, aka Mr. Hallelujah himself. Pink Sun in the building.
Yes, sir.
My name is Sibusiso, aka Blxckie, aka Mr. Miyagi himself. Works on, works off, techno is live.
Yes, so welcome back to the channel, guys. We are reacting to Mzansi A-listers. Blxckie unfollows LucasRap's The Beginning of New.
Your home for as little as $24,995 plus VAT.
Oh no.
But to compare his making an anthem to Ricky, to King, to whomever is unfair because those artists that you mentioned, they put in their legwork already.
You did not tell us he carried as a hip hop. He should be Wang and Blxckie that carried as a hip hop. They released more records and freestyles every day, and they did it. And they carried, trust me, they did it all the time. He's the truth. Okay, he carried it.
Okay, so Blxckie and LucasRap were once known as the upcoming hip-hop duo to watch, with some saying that they were about to shake the South African hip-hop scene. They've released a few tracks together, which have gotten good reviews up to this point since the beginning of lockdown, when LucasRap gave Blxckie a cosign. Even though LucasRap was not the biggest artist in the country, he had worked with the likes of DJ Mapolisa's Black Boy label and had a sizable fan base. And at the time, they were reported to be under the same management, being M4 Entertainment. Literally, less than a year later, LucasRap is now under Block 13, whilst Blxckie remained at M4, and have both released projects in 2021, of which, even though granted Blxckie released first, he currently holds the title for the most streamed hip-hop project released in 2021, beating all of the projects from the likes of MT and Aries. Although some of them were mixtape and not albums, a dude that we barely knew before lockdown still did that. But what was surprising was the fact that these guys were not on each other's projects. Yes, LucasRap was on Blxckie's album, but that was on Big Time Slapper, which was a song that we already knew before the project. And this came at a time when a Blxckie feature was dubbed a cheat code. Basically, even people we didn't know or had forgotten about were brought back by Blxckie's features. This dude was everywhere, even on podcasts that had no followers, you would find Blxckie. Heck, even on my crush's Instagram statuses, you would just randomly find Blxckie dancing his life away. Just not on LucasRap's album though. And it has been of public knowledge now that these guys have unfollowed each other on Instagram, with Blxckie doing it first. So, is it the beginning of a new beef? Okay, so to be honest, a lot of people have been trying to shed some light on a possible Blxckie and LucasRap's beef for a very long time, with what at the time often seemed as an isolated and petty reason to suspect beef between the two. For example, the fact that they were no longer being seen on each other's lives on Instagram, or talking about how Blxckie was absent at LucasRap's housewarming party or something like that, or how the Blxckie's album had no new LucasRap song, or how they literally were not seen at the same events, or when Blxckie had to choose as to who should go between LucasRap and Nasty C on Mac G's podcast.
Okay, ask again. Nasty C versus LucasRap. Let's go. Nasty C LucasRap. Alright, woo! Woo! Tough, eh? Tough one.
When I had those theories, often at different times each, they just made no sense to me, because that would not mean that those two were beefing or something like that. And I'd seen a Blxckie and LucasRap's video when they were addressing these beef wounds.
I have to say one thing, bro, from my side. I want to tell you one thing. I'm fucking proud of you, bro. You fucking killing shit right now. I'm proud, for real, dog. Like, I want to tell you.
But he was at the album
And I also want to tell
so-
everyone. This
It's so
moment that you're not beefing, bro. This is my actual style, dog. Like, for real. I have, like, you know, business things that have nothing to do with us. Yeah, but my nigga, you cool.
Yeah.
On some bullshit.
So it seemed like everything was fine and I just ignored these people's theories. But recently, these two have unfollowed each other, which has given fans the impression that yes, something is going on there. And this time around, I believe them. Something is definitely going on, but what is it? We do know that these guys come from Durban altogether. But from what I got, it seems like they're not actually day ones or anything deep like that. According to some reports I'm getting, it seems the ties they had were strongly because of the same management. And when they started having different managers, things might have turned south. Some people seem to think that it has to do with jealousy, because being honest, when you're a rapper, you sort of want to be the ultimate dude, and when you're in a circle, it's very much difficult to have.
They both. Yeah.
So where does the jealousy come in?
I don't think either would want the
Same
other's
time,
life. They
who
couldn't.
all want to be the next Nasty C. Matter of fact, Lucas knew Nasty C before Blxckie did.
I never thought this day would come that I'd meet Nasty C. Only one, no squad, no nothing, but the sun is big. You know that I'm about to go up in.
But even after that, Blxckie got a Nasty C feature way before Lucas. Blxckie has actually 2 songs with the biggest South African hip hop artist right now. And that artist is an artist that LucasRap had access to way before Blxckie. Whereas Nasty C usually uses LucasRap as an influence.
Really
I still remember during lockdown, Lucas was on some Zulume or some Power merchandise campaign or something like that. On the other side, Blxckie is big, as in big. He outstreamed all of the projects that were released on 2021, ranging from albums, EPs and mixtapes. And he has a track that can outstream LucasRap's entire album, which on the other side has not been well received. So it kind of seems like everyone has just chosen Blxckie over Lucas. From the fans that were initially LucasRap's fans, they now actually in majority bump Blxckie way more. Even AKA complimented Blxckie and LucasRap on a tweet, but he was seen in studio with Blxckie but never Lucas. And some other people have come to a conclusion that Blxckie actually betrayed LucasRap. I've even seen a Grim TV about it. But in actual fact, what is going on between those two at this point is not clear. All we have is just speculations and rumors. But what is certain is that LucasRap less than a year ago co-signed a new artist, and that artist right now is currently the most wanted as a hip-hop artist. Whereas LucasRap on the other side has a very much more interesting profile as compared to his music. He has very good PR agents behind him, like Block 13, which even got him into Def Jam. They even got him an Instagram promotion gig for Da Baby's merchandise with Boohoo. As well as a Sprite deal, he's now living in a 14 million rand house. He drives a Mercedes and all that, but does he need a Blxckie co-sign with regards to his music now?
I think people are just taking this too far. Like, nah.
It's not that deep.
It's really not that deep.
Not that deep.
It's really not that deep. This could just be 2 people living their own life. Dog.
Yeah, dog. It's okay. Yeah, sharp. LucasRap introduced Blxckie to the industry or whatever, but like, I feel like LucasRap knew he was bringing a very talented.
Yeah, like from day one, he knew.
And he knew that this kid was. I think he wouldn't have co-signed him if he didn't see the talent in him.
Apart from that, even if it was a jealousy thing, he would have noticed that from the day he was about to sign him. And trust me, if an artist feel like somebody's going to beat him, they're not going to work with him.
They're not going to sign him.
They're not going to sign him whatsoever. Lucas had every much power to stop this from the beginning, but he didn't. He was pushing the nigga onwards. Like, he was at the album release. I really don't care. Like, there's no beef here. Ain't no beef. These are just 2 niggas who pushing 2 different lanes. Like, that's it.
I don't see a beef. Comment below what you guys think. The link to the original video is gonna be in the description below. Go check it out. Only your comment there, your opinion there. But I personally think there's no beef there. It's like people try to create beefs where there's no beef, you know. But hey, that's just my opinion. But guys, that's the end of the video from us. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. And like we always say, peace, love, happiness, wealth, and health to you and your family, prosperity, and all the beautiful things. Blessings and blessings upon you. and your family. Yup.